Okay. That's a lot of stairs. So, I am in sunny Mexico, and I am in a very echoey room, as you can tell. And I have received a job for a Super Bowl commercial. That's a pretty big deal. And before we left, we did the live direct session, and turns out we missed a line. So I brought a travel rig with me to Mexico, and I ended up recording it here in Mexico, in this very echoey hotel room. Now, how did I do that successfully, you might ask? If I can, I will link the commercial in the description, and you can hear the audio's awesome. So, how did I go about doing that in an echoey room full of marble and concrete? I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. Hey, so I'm on vacation and in Mexico, and a client asked me to re-record a line that I had done for a job before I left, and I brought my trusty travel rig. To be honest, this is my first time bringing a travel rig on vacation, so I kind of found out a really awesome way of making a travel rig. Sorry for the super crappy audio here. I know, it sucks. So what I initially started doing is I stuck my head in little areas and in little nooks and crannies to figure out, would this be a good option? And I also checked to see what things around were a good option.
So I wanted to find something I could use like a vocal booth, something small that I could drape blankets over top of. So I started checking out the room and seeing what kind of spaces I could make into a makeshift vocal booth.
I thought maybe these cubbies would do, but it's right by a very large fan, which I will have to turn off anyway, but even if I do, there's still like a loud rumble. There's nothing to hang anything from in here, like no hooks and stuff.
I looked around the room and checked out a bunch of stuff. I thought maybe a table would work, but it didn't. But I found this luggage rack, and it was like a small table, and it was like the perfect shape to put blankets on top of. I'd have a great absorbing layer underneath me, and blankets and pillows all around me and on top and all the sides. I started out seeing what height I needed the table to be, and luckily I brought some books along, so I elevated the table a little bit with books that I brought. Next, I shoved in pillows on the 3 sides. I ordered extra blankets and sheets, and I put a blanket on top, but you could also ask for extra pillows. Then I put all the blankets and sheets over top of the table and pillows, and I threw on all the extra towels that we had as well. So this is how I built the vocal booth, and next I'll show you how I put my recording gear inside of the booth and set that up.
Besides a vocal booth that you create, what else do you need, right? So in the travel rig, there's this awesome Yorkville little mini stand for your mic, and it's just this teeny tiny little stand, and it comes in this teeny tiny little box. Like, this thing's tiny, like it's teeny, so it's perfect to go inside a very small space. You put your shock mount here and obviously your mic, and this thing is maybe 10 inches tall, and it expands. It can expand to be, a bit taller, but this thing's awesome, this little Yorkville desktop mic stand. You've got to remember to bring a fairly good set of studio headphones. These are my KRK KNS 6400 headphones. These are ones I use at home, but you're not going to be using studio monitors. So you need something really good that you can mix your audio with. Definitely don't skimp on that. Here we've got my trusty double pop filter that came with me from the studio, and I also got an Audio-Technica 4040 microphone. It's a large diaphragm condenser microphone, and it's got about a $400 to $500 price tag on it, as opposed to my Neumann, which is well over $1,000. So this is a great option to rent, and it comes with its own shock mount, so I brought that along as well. This comes in a nice foam box. And of course I got my rented Focusrite 2i2 small little USB audio interface. And lastly, you have to bring a laptop with you with your DAW of choice. So anyway, I've got my computer, and I'm going to finish up my setup here and show you the finished setup. All right, so in this space, we have the microphone kind of at a 45-degree angle. My head's gonna be right in front of it, and I'm gonna be kneeling on the ground because that's just the way that's gonna go. We've got my interface with my headphones plugged into the DAW. Everything's ready to go.